Donkey of the Day for Friday, September 28th goes to former Fox News contributor Kevin Jackson. I say former because he was fired just yesterday. Now, we know Jackson is a slave name, but it is a name synonymous with black people, I would say. I could be wrong, but the only white Jackson I acknowledge is Andrew Jackson on the $20 bill. All the other Jacksons I know are related to Michael. Contrary to popular belief, Michael Jackson was a black man. And then there's Bo Jackson and Jesse Jackson. Moral of the story is if the name Kevin Jackson sounds black to you, then you aren't being racist. You're just correct. All right? Kevin Jackson was a black contributor for Fox News. Now, he's not a black contributor that's on there to speak for black people. He's on there to make white people feel better about the injustices that black people face. Basically, he goes along to get along. If there is an injustice happening to black, brown people in America, he can chalk it up to something other than what it usually is, which is systemic racism. Let me give you an example. Remember when our celebrity in chief, Donald J. Trump, said this in reference to the protesting of the national anthem in the NFL?
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
Y'all remember that, right? Well, Kevin Jackson was on Fox and Friends, and he came caping for him and said this.
I love this comment from Donald Trump. And you know what? Most of America's been saying the same thing. How do you allow a Kaepernick and all these other guys? We, on my website, we detailed all the people in week one who took a knee or raised their fist or things like this. And every single one of those teams, I mean, you can't help but say, I hope they lose. And so the idea that Donald Trump has finally put the spotlight on this, I find unbelievable and a good thing, by the way. Look, the NFL ratings are in the tank, and there's a reason for that. It's because of Colin Kaepernick. I call it the Kaepernick effect.
Got to keep Massa's feet warm at the end of that bed. All right, got to taste the mayonnaise for Massa, make sure it's not poisoned. Yeah, side with the man who's protesting against the people that are killing and harming people who look like you, Kevin Jackson. Yes, that makes perfect sense. Well, yesterday Kevin Jackson was watching Christine Ford and Brett Kavanaugh's testimony at the Senate Judiciary Committee with the rest of us. And I've told you already, when it comes to this case, it's really just about who you believe. If you believe Christine Ford, you will ride with her. If you believe Brett Kavanaugh, you will ride with him. My advice to anyone would be don't discredit the accuser and don't discredit the accused until we have gathered all the information and all the facts. Now, if you have already come to the conclusion on who you believe, cool. You're definitely entitled to express that opinion, but I would advise you not to express it the way Kevin Jackson did. Let's go to MSN News for the report, please.
On the day of Christine Blasey Ford's testimony, Fox News has fired contributor Kevin Jackson after he made offensive remarks about women accusing Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh of sexual misconduct. Jackson tweeted in part, "Feminists are their own worst enemies and enemy of women. To hell with the notion that women must be believed no matter what. Lying skanks is what these three women are, and we all know more." Later, Fox News said in a statement, Kevin Jackson has been terminated as a contributor. His comments on today's hearings were reprehensible and do not reflect the values of Fox News.
Kevin Jackson, if you don't believe these women, fine, but you're out of line saying feminists are their own worst enemy. I mean, feminism is just the theory of the political, economic, and social equality of the sexes. Simple concept. If you agree women should have social equality, then you are indeed a feminist. Kevin, I will even agree with you on the fact that some women don't never want men to be believed. We hear it when they say believe all women. I say believe all proof. And this situation is bad because it's not a lot of proof, just he say, she say. So it's basically just a matter of who you personally believe. But what I don't believe in is calling these women skanks. All right, if you want to say you feel like they're lying, fine. But why they got to be skanks? Why they got to be all that? Okay, what is the definition of a skank? A sleazy or unpleasant person? Was there a need for that noun? Absolutely not, because we don't know if these women are lying. Like I keep saying, don't discredit the accuser and don't discredit the accused. And even if you have an opinion, don't dismiss the women as lying skanks, okay? Because I feel like women should be able to tell their stories. It doesn't mean you have to believe all women. Just listen to all women and believe all proof. And if you don't believe the proof, proceed from there. But calling them skanks just because you don't believe them is whack. And what Kevin learned yesterday was Fox News has you there for a particular reason. And that's to be an attack dog against your own people. As long as you're doing that, your job is safe. But as soon as you try to attack one of their own, knock it the F off, okay? Did you really think you was going to get away as a black man in America calling a white woman a skank? Please give Kevin Jackson the biggest hee-haw. Come on now.
Wow.
All right.
Come on, buddy.
All right.
What in your head, even if you were thinking that way, would make you say, let me go on Twitter and write this?
Sounds stupid.
Come on, buddy.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.